Hey Kaijus, so I was sitting here in quarantine because I was out of the country for a little bit. If you check my other channel out, Anna Travels, you'll see I'm starting my Norway travel vlogs. But, I'm sitting here in quarantine, nothing to do, surfing the internet, and then my buddy, you should check out his channel, Anthony Perez. I think it's just Anthony Perez. I'll link it in the descriptions so you can check out his channel. He does a lot of movie reviews. He did the movie review of Dragon Wars, and I was like, I'm like surfing the internet. I'm like, are you serious? Dragon Wars? Oh my gosh, that's a name I haven't heard in a long, long time. So I was like, oh snap. Hmm. And so he was like, you should watch it too. And I was just like, or rewatch it. And I was just like, you know what? I have time to kill. It's not like I'm going anywhere. And so yeah, so I rented it on Google Play. And I have to tell you, I actually own this movie, but my copy is actually at my parents' house. I left it at my parents. My originally, like, we watched this when it came out. The movie came out in like 2007, and I bought it because two reasons. Like, one, I'm a huge kaiju fan, and the movie's kind of a kaiju movie. And secondly, because like for my dad, like I don't think he really wanted to watch it, but he watched it because it's a Korean, like he's huge in Korean soaps and dramas too. And so, and it is a Korean monster movie, and which isn't, it's not as big genre as like the Japanese kaiju's genre, but I mean sometimes the Koreans do put out a monster movie. I think Anthony mentioned that he liked it when it first came out. When I don't know how old he was, but and then when he rewatched it, he just thought it was a horrible movie. And I have to say, 90 minutes later, I still enjoyed it. Um, but I have to preference that I I like I love monster movies, and sometimes the monster movie genre you just kind of have to forgive some stuff. I mean, you don't have to forgive everything because sometimes some monster movies are just like, oh my god, like what did I just watch? But I don't. My bar for monster movies is not as high. Like if you told me this was in running for best picture and I watched this, I would have been like, why is it running for best picture? Like it has no business running for best picture. But it's not. It's never going to be that kind of movie. I don't even know if it won anything in Korea, or accolades or anything like that. To me, it's just a generic kind of like sci-fi, monster level type movie. Mind you, I don't tend to watch sci-fi monster movies like Sharknado or stuff like that, but it is something that I feel that I should go into. And I do want to go back into doing kaiju movie reviews, not just food reviews. Um, I just been so busy, but you know what? I'm on quarantine. Maybe I'll jumpstart my Godzilla, like, cause I want to go and do all the Godzilla movies and review them. And I'm like, well, you know what? I'm in quarantine for another, I think it's like 8 more days. Um, so might as well. So, but I do have some food stuff coming up. We bought some food, and we'll do a few other food reviews in our house. Chris is going to do one a little bit later with me tonight. For my kaiju movie reviews, I have a few elements that I look into. I do the human element and I do the kaiju element. So the human element is always usually not as good as like the kaiju element. So for this movie, I would have to say it's like broken into like two parts. So like the first part is kind of like the intro, like why, like the start of it, and it's kind of like a Korean drama, like a mini drama. And actually, like, really did enjoy that part. Like, I actually like think that part was good. Like, the acting on there was a little bit better than like the American actors. Um, and I don't know, that one was fine. It's like when they were resurrected. Is that the right word? Yeah, I think that's the right word. Um, the American actors are just not as great. But I mean, I feel like they did what they had to do. There are some parts of like the human story element that I'm just like, like what? Like that makes no sense, you know? Like the FBI scenes are like kind of like what? I don't think that I'm like I don't think the FBI has like ability to send out like I don't know. Maybe they do have the ability to send out an army. Um, but it's just like some of the FBI scenes are just kind of like, you know. I do have to say, the military in this monster movie actually doesn't do too bad. I mean, that's not saying they did well, but I have to say they did a lot better than they would have done in a Godzilla film. Um, you know, and I'm talking about like the smaller monsters. And there's a lot of like smaller monsters in this movie. They have like I forgot what he called like the bulkos or bolucos or something. They were like the flying like mini dragons. Look like I think because they only have two legs and wings. They're like worms. I think that's what like European myths might call them. And then they had like, like the big trompy ones that had like the massive guns on their backs and like then they had like the like human warriors of the bad. Like why does the bad cobra I just call it a cobra. Why does a bad cobra have an army? It just needs to eat a girl, like one little girl. That's all it needs to eat. But like why does it have a freaking like 1,000 people army? But you know what? Maybe the girl is awesome. But she wasn't. But yeah, so it makes no sense why a bad cobra has a huge army. But you know what? It works, kind of. And there were some scenes where it was just like, oh, jeez, like, why is it so long, And I think because they had no plot, and they were just trying to put filler in. And like the male character was just kind of boring. Like he was actually semi-interested. No, he wasn't really that interesting in the Korean part. He was just like the dumb male that like wanted the girl and save the girl. Um, and it took the girl just to be like, you know what, I need to die. I just need to die for the story to end. And so we have the end of the movie. I'm like, thank you. But yeah, so the human element, not great, not bad. I mean, I've seen far worse, like, human elements. Like, I mean, I hate to say this, but uh, the 2000 and, the most recent Godzilla, American Godzilla, the first movie, I would have to say their human characters in this movie were far more interesting. Like, I hated, like, most of the human characters in the first Godzilla movie. Um, when did it come out? 2012? I don't remember. Um, but yeah, like a little bit more interesting in this movie, not by much, but just a smidge. But yeah, no. But the kaijus. So I have to say, where this movie shines is actually in the monster designs. So I can't really call them like kaiju. I mean, I guess they're kaijus in that they are strange beasts, but it's like, like why do they look like cobras? I mean, it is a cool design. I have to say, it is a pretty cool design. Like they're a little bit like the cobra hood is a little bit more plated, and you can really tell that he's just a bad dude, like a bad cobra. Like he's very angry inside and on the outside, and I don't know. But other than that, it's not really that unique. Like he just looks like a giant cobra that's a little bit more armor plated. But boy, does he rain destruction on. I don't even remember what the city is. Is it San Diego, San Francisco? Who knows? But and the good dragon, I can't call them dragons. The good snake, the good cobra, like he comes in the last 10 minutes. But I have to say, the bad cobra, man, their people are like in like they build a city quick, because like towards the end of the movie, they like have a whole freaking little city. I'm like, when do they have time to build an underground layer? Like, I guess they were busy. So I don't know. It's just the the monsters themselves are kind of cool, but like I don't even know if it really like kaiju design wise, they just look like cobras. Now the Asian dragon. So the whole premise is that once they eat the girl, they become a celestial dragon. And the bad one wants to take over the world or the earth, but the good one just wants to say peace and go up to heaven. He doesn't care about earth. He really doesn't care. He just wants to eat the girl and go peace. He's like, earth's boring. Um, so yeah, so that's exactly what he does. He pretty much takes the girl's soul and says peace, and that's it of the good dragon. And the design of the dragon is pretty cool. I mean, it's very, very much like what you see in typical like Asian art. You know, very much the very serpentine type of Asian dragon. I was trying to count his claws because if you don't know, Chinese dragons have 5 claws. As he traveled east, yes, as he traveled east or is it west? East, he loses a claw. So Chinese have 5, Koreans have 4, Japanese dragons have 3. And he did, I think he did have 4, so I think they did their, you know, their Asian dragon, you know, design well, because it is a Korean movie. So, I mean, he looks cool. I mean, I think I mean, very muted colors, because typically, you know, like the Asian dragons have a little bit more brighter color, but he's just muted. He just looks the same, just more, I mean, the color, it looks the same as he was in the good. But I'm like, where were you? Like, all the movie, where were you? But it works. I mean, the movie is not great. I wouldn't tell people to you have to watch this movie. But it's not bad. It's not terrible in my opinion. It's just not that good. But yeah, so if you like the monster movie genre, you might actually not be, you know, you might actually like it. If you don't, if you find that all monster movies are kind of boring, you might not enjoy it. But I have to say, how would I grade this? I give it I give it a 3 kaiju bites out of 5. It's not terrible, but it's not that good. So yeah, 3 kaiju bites out of 5. And that's my, yeah, I'll stick with that. So until next time, guys, I hope you like and subscribe. I hope you like my first, well, it's not my first kaiju movie review. It's just the first in a very long time. And I'll try and do one every so often, at least like every other week, or maybe I'll do one. I'll probably watch Godzilla and do that one next week. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys later. Bye.